getting into your first deal, what would you recommend buyers, viewers here, if they want to get into their first investment property or first real estate property, what's the best way to go about it? Or if there's several tactics that they can use, to find a deal?
Everyone's situation is different. Something that's really popular right now, they call it house hacking. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that term.
I've heard about it, yeah.
But it's basically like buying, let's say you buy a duplex, and to buy a duplex, you could come in with an FHA loan and buy with 3.5% down. You live in one unit and you rent out the other one. That's a really good way to get into real estate investing. I'm not like the biggest advocate of that because I don't think it's a full investment because you have to live there and whatnot. But I would buy a regular real estate property with a DSCR loan and use 15% down.
Okay. Well, just for the viewers, because I know there's a lot of viewers that don't know, what is an FHA loan?
FHA loan, it's a government-backed loan. It's typically used by first-time home buyers. It doesn't have to be a first-time home buyer. You just can only have one FHA loan at a time.
Okay.
And you could buy a property with 3.5% down. I can't remember exactly what the mortgage limits are on it now, but they go pretty high.
Yeah.
Like you could buy a duplex in Miami with 3.5% down using FHA.
Okay.
FHA is also good for someone that wants to extend out their debt to income ratios all the way up to 57% more or less.
Okay. Got it. And with the FHA, you have to live in the property, right? It has to be your primary residence and you have to live in the property.
Yeah, you do for at least 1 year.
Okay. All right. So what's another strategy that maybe somebody, if they say, okay, I don't want to go with the FHA, they would have to save about 15%, or maybe like, what about a conventional loan? Isn't the limit like 5%, I think?
You could do conventional 5% down, but it's going to have to be a duplex.
A duplex.
So, because you're going to have to live in it.
Yeah.
For you to say that you're not going to live in it, it's going to be 15% down.
Okay.
Minimum.
Okay. Got it. What about, I know you've done a couple of deals like this. Maybe you could walk people through the process, because I think it's a interesting way to make some money in real estate that a lot of people don't use, but wholesaling. So I know you've done a couple wholesale deals. So
I have. When I first heard about wholesaling, I had no idea what it was, and I used to think that it was a bad industry.
Yeah.
Really, it's not. I've done, I think, just a couple of wholesale deals, and wholesaling deal is basically like, let's say you're selling a property, and I'm going to tell you that I'm going to buy it. Let's say you want $100,000 for it, so I get under contract with you, and I turn around to my investors and I try to sell that contract to them, putting basically a finder's fee on top. So I might sell it to them for $110,000, and I keep that $10,000.
Got it.
But everyone has to be really careful though with the way that they use their terminology. Like you can't,
documents, everything.
Yeah, and you have to separate. Let's say you were already a realtor. You have to separate being a realtor from being a wholesaler. You can't come in there with your realtor hat on and then wholesale a deal.
Yeah. Of course, makes sense. Yeah.
And you should tell them that you should be as open as possible, because there are some wholesalers that are scammers that, the people that are selling them houses think that they're selling it to them.
Exactly.
And I think expectations from the beginning should be set that that's not what's going to happen.
Always have honest business.
Yeah.
Best way to go. Yeah.
That way it doesn't bite you in the ass.
100%. Yeah. So I want to ask you this. So interesting question. I've seen a lot of perspectives